I am tall and have an attractive physique. As I walked along the busy streets, I always attracted the attention of men, including older men. I have dated many men during my dating life, but I still wonder why I chose Benjamin as my husband. He's not strikingly handsome, and he's also 2 years younger than me. Our paths crossed at a cafe during a birthday party organized by a mutual friend who had kindly invited me. Coincidentally, another group was celebrating at the same cafe, and it was there that I first saw Benjamin. It was during this meeting that I learned that he was not lacking in wealth, as his father was a successful businessman. After about 2 months of dating, we decided to get married. In honor of our union, Benjamin's parents generously gave us an apartment. My parents, wanting to keep up with their generosity, took out a loan to give us a car. Right after we got married, Benjamin and I had a very good period. He spent a lot of time on our relationship. We took walks in the park, went to visit friends, had a really good time. And then he said he was bored with his job, saying that his father was expanding his business and he needed to make his own career. From then on, he was almost always at work, coming home late at night. This led to frequent fights between us. I told him that I was bored alone, at home, and offered to get me a job. He responded by saying that I had enough money, and he was earning well enough that I wouldn't have to work. But still, he advised me that if I was bored, to go out with my friends and have fun, or have them come to visit you. I didn't feel the need to prove anything to him, so I took his advice. I called my friend Sarah and asked her to come over. She asked if she could bring David, who happens to be her lover. It's hard to tell which one anymore. Sarah is married, but she doesn't seem to be able to end her relationship with David. I had no choice but to agree. "Expect visitors tomorrow," she informed me. I cleaned the house, took a bath, and went to bed. The next day, the doorbell rang, and I went to open it. Sarah was standing there alone. I asked her, "Where's David?" She assured me that he would be there later. "Okay, come inside. I'll set the table. Would you like some wine?" I offered. "Yes, please," she replied. I pulled a bottle of red wine out of the refrigerator and set it on the table. Then I laid out some fruit and a box of chocolates. Sarah and I sat down and began our conversation. Half an hour later, the doorbell rang again. I went to open it and saw a handsome man with a neat haircut. He greeted me with a smile, and I reciprocated. Behind me, I heard Sarah's footsteps. The man entered the room, and I closed the door. We took our seats at the table, and after a while, my friend winked at me. I immediately understood her look and gestured to the door. She walked over to the man, held out her hands, and they both disappeared behind the closed door. Soon the air was filled with the sounds of intimacy, causing me to hide in the kitchen. However, the sounds grew louder and louder, fueling my curiosity. Eventually it ended, and my friend hurried out of the room, as if scalded. I realized something was wrong. Her husband called her and said he was picking her up from work, and she gave me a quick peck on the cheek and left. Soon after, David left the room and apologized for his actions. I couldn't explain my behavior. Perhaps I was influenced by the sounds coming from the room. As I approached him, he realized my unspoken words as our eyes met. Together we entered the room where an unexpected scenario unfolded. It was a unique experience for me. Carried away in the moment, we didn't notice someone enter the room. It was my husband. Surprisingly, he didn't express anger or disappointment. Instead, he calmly sat next to me and watched what was happening. Such a life story. What a strange relationship couples can have.